Good morning, Internet, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Alright, so, on the heels of our last disappointment, I found this. This is the only Class A asteroid that is currently within our tracking range, I suppose. It does not actually seem to intercept Kerbin's orbit, which is a problem. But that's not a problem I feel like dealing with right now, because I've had enough of that crap. I think... Actually, I want to be here. I think we should just, hit the Duna. It's been a long time coming. Let's see. Where... Oh. It's probably a... Is it considered debris, or is it considered a ship? I think it's considered a ship. Where is it? Not that. Not that. Not that. No, no. There it is. I got the right one? Yep. So this is the craft. Yeah, that's the one. Okay, so I have these tanks are empty. I'm going to try to refill these tanks. Actually, is this... Oop. Yep, okay, this thing's completely out of fuel for the lower stage. I'm going to try to refill this. Is this at a good orientation? Not really. Oh god. We still have electric power though, so I'm gonna... don't use the RCS. RCS is a precious limited resource. I don't know what happened to this thing, but it seems to have... Fortunately it has Kerbals in it, so I don't have to worry too much about power. But, ooh, that's springy. Okay, you just hang out right there. Good, good. And, so I'm going to send up a couple of craft to refuel this first stage, and that, I think, should get me enough Delta V to get to Duna, because from Kerbin to Duna, it's like, I don't know, about 2,000-ish. Plus I have all the fuel in here, which I can use somehow. Now that I look at it, this is really poorly conceived, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking. Maybe I can stick a... I never did... Did I complete that? No, I did complete that docking mission. Because apparently the claw counts. But I have this thing here. Maybe I can stick a... who's it's there. Or I can just use the rockets that are on there. So, anyway. We need... How much fuel do we need? 20... So I need 3 orange tankfuls of fuel to fully refuel this thing. Yeah. Which is more than enough Delta V, I think. So let's head back to the Space Center and we'll get started on that. So that's gonna be a lot of fuel. And that's a lot of fuel. That is an unreasonable amount of fuel. Alright, I need 3 of these guys, huh? Ultimately. Okay, so let's do 4 total, and we'll actually use the middle one. And these 3 outer ones will not be attached to anything, so that'll be our cargo. Alright? And we'll actually put something on the middle one. Yeah. In fact, let's not even do that. If we're going to use the middle one, let's use the middle one. Let's see. Why am I blanking on this? It's too early in the morning. All right. Here we go. Some nice 3-way symmetry and. Oop, nope, wrong one. Oop, there we go. Make sure it clicks into place. There we go. Maybe I want to move those up a little bit so the rockets have a little place to go. Aerodynamics. We'll put those fins on right now. Every little bit helps. Now, to get this guy into orbit. They still have plenty of thrust to weight ratio to work with, so I'm not too worried about that. But Delta V is going to be at a premium. Just trying to think, how goofy can I get with this? Oh, you go up there, please. Thank you. And then we need to attach these. Come on. Get. We'll stick these on like so. Yeah, that's 2,000 meters per second, Delta V. We're doing pretty good there. We're going to need some struts. Definitely going to want some struts. Yeah, that'd be good enough. These tanks on the side shouldn't really be going anywhere. I just try to strut these evenly, like so. Alright. That's 2,000 meters per second Delta V. We're not quite there yet. Thrust to weight ratio is also still, like, you know, really high. So, let's add more fuel. How much more can I add before this really starts to get ridiculous? That's 2,700. Well, let's say 2,800 meters per second. Not quite enough to get into orbit. Not quite enough to get into orbit. It's starting to get a little ridiculous, I think. Alright, you know what? We can improve this. Let's take these off. I want to try to keep this thing kind of stubby. I mean, I guess that's okay. It really isn't, though. Maybe if I put a decoupler in there, because I want to keep this thing very compact. Because I do need to maneuver it around in orbit in order to get it to dock. And I'm going to have to put a claw on this somewhere. Jesus. I'll figure that out in a minute. Structural. Put a decoupler in there. That way I can ditch this. Easy does it now. I can ditch that tank and the upper portion of the rocket when it is time. I need to make sure my control is on this lower portion, though. Let's see what I can do about that. Command and control. I don't have the... Dang. I don't have the large reaction wheel unit yet. That would fit really good in there. Let's go with pods. I'm going to have to stick a doodad here. Oh, that was weird. I don't think I can get this... Yeah, it's going to be on top of that. That's no good. Okay, so let's see if we can cheat this a little bit. Structure. Good old cubic octagonal. We'll flip that sucker around, stick it there. And then we will get... where was it? Pods. We'll go with the cheapest one here. See if I can get... Get this to stick on there. I wonder if that'll cause a problem. You think that'll cause a problem? That's kind of cheaty, but you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do. In fact, I think I'm going to put some batteries in there too while I'm at it. Batteries. No, that would be under utility. Batteries. Batteries and some solar panels. Go with the two-way symmetry on the solar panels, and maybe a four-way symmetry on the solar panels for here. Make sure we can really get some sun. Let's put them on the... Let's put them here. Yeah. Yeah, that should be enough. We just need a little bit so I can make sure the probe doesn't die. That's really the important part. I'll go back to here, and we need a battery. Get a big old battery. You just need one, please. There we go. Oh, I don't know what you're doing there. And then we could stick this on here, and that kind of hides everything inside there, which I think is pretty nice. And that ring should stick with that, so we won't have parts trying to clip through each other as they separate. I hope. Alright, 2,000 meters per second. Delta V. Let's fix this. Yeah, that definitely belongs there. Okay. That's weird. Oh, is fuel not going to flow through this coupler? Is that the problem? I think that is indeed the case. I don't know if I can do this. Will it let me do this? It will not. Oh wait, it did. 2,400 versus 17. Oh, that does work. Look at that. Oh, you so crazy. Alright, sometimes it's the little details. Let's see. What else do we need? I need more fuel, clearly, but I'm still at a thrust-to-weight ratio of 4. So I can afford to just load this sucker up. Fuel tanks. More fuel, please. If I could stick that on straight, that'd be even better, wouldn't it? Control Z. I'm so happy they added a proper undo to the editor, too, because stuff like that happens far too often. This is really tough to get straight. Come on. There we go. Alright, and then we have to add in some fuel lines, because fuel does not flow through the decouplers. Like so. 2,400. And keep doing this. Stop doing that. So those will detach first. Then those. Then that, which... I don't know if this is such a good idea anymore, but we might end up carrying this empty tank into orbit. It's kind of unfortunate. We're still at 3,000. So you know what? Here's the thing. We gotta make sure... Oh, come on. Really? That I hope they fix. Alright, let's get the staging right so we get an accurate view of what's going on here. So that activates. Then these decouple, those decouple, those decouple, and then that decouples. Okay. So we're at about 4,000 meters per second delta V here, and this is getting absolutely ridiculous. But we still have a fairly good thrust-to-weight ratio, so I'm not displeased. Let's get some struts going. That should be symmetried. Good, good. This is absolutely ridiculous, but what you're going to do... Try to get this straight. I said straight. Thank you very much. Oh. Said, try to get this straight. Okay. And what else do I need? I'm going to need RCS for maneuverability. Kind of screwed that up, didn't I? Alright, let's stick it here if we can. Well, no. We're okay. I'll put that there. I think I could squeeze some RCS tanks and thrusters in here, so we'll go like this. Because these tanks are going to be sticking on here, right? So make sure we have symmetry. Put that there, and that there. We'll do some... what's the difference here? Torque 15, torque 5. Okay, these have plenty of torque, so let's do that. Good. And we'll stick some batteries on those. That'll be our main power storage, is those batteries. Batteries. Very nice. Oh, okay. Maybe some more solar panels. Delta V is a little light, but we'll get to that. And fuel tanks, RCS. This seems like a little bit too much, but I don't know. Does that seem like too much RCS fuel? I don't know how I feel about that. Well, let's put the final touches on this thing. You only need a little bit more Delta V to get this thing into orbit. We're at almost 4,000 now. I really wish it wouldn't do that. Come on, bud. And we'll stick a booster on there, of course. Gotta get the big ones. Yeah. Always the biggest thrusters you can. Always, always, always. That's the rule for KSP. More thrusters. And we'll stick these here. Trying to get the height the same. Okay, so those are all the solid rocket boosters. What happens if I do this? Ooh, wow, okay. So, easy. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, good. And then those will detach with these guys. Alright, what was the key to open up? There it is. Let's see. Body Kerbal. Atmospheric. No, we're good there. Thrust to weight ratio max. See, this is upsetting. Something's lying to me here. So stage 3. Yeah, I knew that seemed too good to be true. That really did seem kinda off balance. Okay, that's not a problem though, because what we can do is we can stick more engines on here. Like so. Maybe we need bigger engines. What's the biggest engine we got? Boom. Those are the biggest engines we got. Oh, I do have the mainsail. What happens if I put a mainsail on there? That will be in there. 0.66. I don't think I like that. Oh, there we go. Alright, so by the time we hit stage 4. Now, what if I take this one and I put that in there? No good, huh? I gotta keep that balance, please. Thank you. that has all the thrust to weight ratios I need, but we're only at 3,800 delta V. Alright, so I can add a little bit more fuel. More fuel. Oop. This should get into orbit, as frightening as that is. Alright, launch clamp it up, and well, we'll see what happens.